Hi guys, and welcome to episode 4 in the series titled Diary of a Sickle Cell Warrior. Wow, we've indeed come a long way. Anyway, just an information, if this is the first video you are watching, please, I would advise go ahead and start from episode 1. Reason being because you do not miss any of the spicy hot gist and stories I have shared. Okay, now let's dive into episode 4.
This is my journey, this is my fight. This for the warriors, shining bright. Diary of a sickle cell warrior, with Sarah Ezekiel.
In episode 4, I'm going to be touching on low self-esteem. Yes, in episode 3 I did mention that I didn't know while growing up that I had sickle cell disease. However, I had an issue, and the issue was I was extremely thin. I was small and I was thin. So that was the first thing that fueled my low self-esteem. Now, when I was growing up as well, it was like parents and teachers had like this silent agreement that they would beat the courage out of every child that was courageous, and they would beat the lion out of every child that was, that had a lion in them. And when I mean lion, I don't mean you want to kill anybody, but just being courageous, just being bold, just being able to speak up. It was just like they had that silent agreement that they would kill those things and take it out of the child. Now, these were things that fueled my low self-esteem. Aside that, moving on with my life or growing up, I ended up finding out that I had the sickle cell disease, and you get to hear people say things like, oh, you're not normal, you're gonna die early, you won't live long. Those things fueled my low self-esteem. And then, guys, also while I was growing up as well in secondary school, like I said, I was small and I was thin. Guess what? My mom would always make big uniforms for me. Like, my skirts were extremely long, they were big, they were not my size. And guess what? Now, blame students, they would also make fun about that. These were, a few things that made me to start having low self-esteem, made me to always be reclined into my shell, never wanting to speak up and things like that. These were the root causes of my low self-esteem, right? So now, if you find out that you're suffering from low self-esteem, my advice to you is find out your root cause, list them out, and see how you can build a positive response to your root cause. For example, I am a sickle cell warrior. Guess what? It is not a death sentence, right? There is nothing I can do about it. Yes, through the advance of medicine, there are some solutions here and there. Do I want to go undertake that? No. Can God heal me and change my genotype? Yes. But will He do it? I don't know. So those were things that were not within my power to change, right? The courage part, teachers and parents being in a silent agreement to remove the boldness out of you, the courage out of you and everything. Is that something I can build? Yes, I can build that back up. So, try to build positive responses to whatever the root cause is to your low self-esteem, right? And if you're a parent of a sickle cell warrior or any other genotype out there, and you find out your child is suffering from low self-esteem, try to understand what the root cause is and help them build positive responses, or help them to build positive reasons as to why they shouldn't be suffering from such low self-esteem, and work with them to see how they can effect those changes in their lives, and also help your children to be able to speak up. Now to a story. So while I was growing up as well, I think at some point I complained to my mom that I was always getting to school late and I was being punished because I was coming to school late. Then my mom just had that light bulb remembrance of how when my brother was going to this same secondary school I was attending at the time, they gave him a tag, and what was written on the tag was exemption. All you need to do is put it on your shirt, and when a teacher sees that on you, they exempt you from every form of punishment or hard labor or whatever it is at the time. So she gave me that tag to wear to school, and yes, it worked, guys, it worked. But then again, students will always be students. So I remember always going to the canteen during the lunch break, and I remember some students also making fun of the fact that I'm exempted from punishment, but how come I'm not exempted from eating food, right? And because I couldn't speak up for myself, I really could not even approach those people and speak about it, or just let them have a better understanding, I just usually would just cower out. And as well, that was also building and piling on me being or me having low self-esteem. So it's important that if you are the one going through low self-esteem, be able to build yourself to speak up for yourself, be able to understand that, okay, A is equals to B, and that's just it, right? I think I can't remember vividly if I went back to mention to my mom that I didn't want to use the tag anymore, or I just intentionally lost the tag, or if maybe I would wear it and then when I come down from the car I would take it off. I couldn't remember, but I remember that at some point, because of what the students were saying, I stopped wearing the tag, or maybe I even stopped wearing it when I was going to have lunch in the canteen. I really can't remember now, but I found a way to just discard of that tag, right? So yeah, it is really important that if you're suffering from low self-esteem, you try to speak to it, or you speak against it, and try to ask yourself, is this something that is within my power to change? No, it is not within your power to change. Then how can you use that to build a positive response or build a healthy community, like I'm doing now, sharing my story, living with sickle cell disease, right? So those are things you could do, and parents of sickle cell, those are things you can also do for your children. Now to the larger house, people, be careful with the kind of comments you make to people. You don't know what they're going through, be it a sickle cell warrior, be it another genotype. You do not know people's stories, so be tender with your words, be kind, be caring. And also parents, let's be in a space to do better jobs to train our children to be better. I know parents nowadays are doing better jobs than when I was growing up, which is great. Wool for you. But yes, it is really important for us to raise up our children to be kind and nice and caring and loving regardless, because you never might know what that person is going through that you're making certain comments about them. Now lastly, building a healthy community. At some point, God started placing people in my paths to help build my community, to help me speak against this low self-esteem, like my best friend, my roomie back in law school, who noticed that I would always cower out of speaking up or speaking out or things like that. She'll always find a way to put me on the spot so that I could speak up. And those things really helped me at the time, and those things helped me to keep working on myself. And now I'm in a place where I do not have low self-esteem anymore. Yes. So yes, it is very possible for you to work on yourself and come out of any low self-esteem that you're going through. And this is for the parents. In order for you to be able to know if your child is suffering from low self-esteem, you can check on Google what are the tips of someone who has low self-esteem, right? All right guys, this will be the end of episode 4. Till I meet you guys again, see you in episode 5. Bye.